What is the cheapest way to send money internationally? Welcome back to another video. I am How to Buy Bitcoin. Today I want to share a little bit of my story because I've been living in a different country for over 10 years. So I do have my share of experience. I tried many different services, different companies. So when I started traveling, we only had one option available, which was to use the traditional financial system using banks. So you're gonna transfer your money from one bank to another bank. And the problem with this high fees, so it is extremely expensive. It would take a long time for the transfer to complete. And also there were country regulations and restrictions. For example, Argentina is and was restricting money for a very long time because they have high inflation. So they simply banned the transfer of funds from Argentina to another country. So the traditional banking system was the only one available. Thankfully, today we have much better options. In the past decade, a new type of service was emerging, and that would be companies such as Wise, where you could send money directly from one country to another country, paying a fee. So the fee would be way lower than the banks. It would still cost you around 2, maybe 3%, depending on the amount that you send, maybe up to 4 or 5%, depending on your country as well. And the money would get there in around 2 to 3 days, maybe more if you send on a weekend, of course, because banks are closed during weekends. It was better than the banks for sure, but still nowadays we have better options. And I've used companies like Wise for some time, paying like around 3% in fees. It's not a huge fee, but still we can do it better, especially because nowadays we have a new different service provided by Binance. So for the followers of this channel, you already are very familiar with Binance, but for the people who never heard about, it is a crypto exchange, and Binance has a P2P service that you can use to buy and sell crypto. And here's the deal. Well, I don't want to buy crypto. I would just want to send the money internationally. Yes, and that works for that as well, for a cheaper fee and for a much faster time. So how does it work? For example, I am from Brazil. So this is Brazil. I'm gonna draw it very perfectly. So I want to transfer from Brazil to my bank account in Poland. I'm just gonna give my real life example because my main bank account is in Poland and I want to send the money to my bank account here. So what do? I will buy with Binance P2P using the service. Because Brazil is a very liquid market, I can pay exactly 0% to acquire a stablecoin. A stablecoin is a crypto version of the dollar. So for example, BUSD or USDT. USDT usually is the most liquid one, but I prefer holding BUSD. You have to check for your own country how are the rates. But for Brazil, it is pretty much spot on. There is no spread that you lose. So you have 0% and then your money is in crypto dollars, such as these stablecoins, on the Binance exchange. And now that I have my stablecoins on Binance, I will just do another P2P transfer to my bank account in Poland. And the cool thing here is that in Poland, there is a lack of crypto. It is a smaller market. So the price for crypto in Poland is higher by 2 or 3% higher than the real market rate. This is the percentage that you can actually make. Instead of paying 2 or 3% on a service like Wise, you are now making 2 or 3% by selling crypto higher than the market rate. Not only that, it is actually faster. You can do this in 15 to 30 minutes if you choose the right buyers. So the money arrives faster and you actually can even profit from this. That is a big difference. It could be like 5% more money that you save. And that is the cheapest way that I know. And I've been traveling the world for a very long time. I've been a digital nomad since 2011, to be precise. Binance P2P is the one that I use nowadays. And even if your country does not have this positive spread, 0%, so in that case, you just won't pay any fee. Because when you use Binance P2P, you are not charged any fee whatsoever if you accept other people's offer. It's only when you have your own offer that Binance will charge you 0.35%, if I'm not mistaken. This way you can find better prices if you have your own offer. I don't create my own offers, I just accept other people's offers. For me, it works really well. And I've done this more than 100 times already on Binance P2P, so I'm very active on Binance P2P. I'm very familiar with that. And in fact, I already made a complete step-by-step tutorial on how to set up your Binance P2P. You can see the link by the end of this video. video. And also I've made a video talking about the guidelines on how to avoid being scammed on Binance P2P. Make sure you watch both of these videos before getting started so you have a better understanding and everything will be very safe. So to summarize, you will save money on fees. You have a wide range of accepted currencies, like really wide, you pretty much anywhere you can look at. And of course, Binance will act as a mediator if any issue comes up. Personally, I never had a particular issue, maybe some delay because I didn't choose the right buyer. So I've made a video about how to choose the best offers. So if you do it correctly, it will be over in 15 to 30 minutes. So way faster and also cheaper than even the big names, for example, like Wise. And that is the way that I transfer my money internationally. And believe me, I search a lot. And of course, the banks is the one that you definitely don't want to use. This is so bad. And even services like Wise, they are getting left behind because nowadays we have better options such as Binance P2P. If you don't know, Binance is the largest crypto exchange. I've been there since 2017 when they were founded, and they are a very solid exchange with billions in reserves. If you want to know more about Binance, there are a lot of Binance tutorials in my channel, including how to set up your Binance P2P account step by step, even if you are not familiar with cryptocurrencies. And the only thing you need to make this transfer from different countries is to have your own bank account in the origin country and another bank account in the destination country. We have a bonus option to transfer money, and that is by using crypto directly. For example, Bitcoin, you can transfer like literally billions of dollars in a very short amount of time and a tiny fee. For example, $1, you can send $10 billion in, let's say, half an hour or so. So that is the great thing about crypto. But even if you don't understand crypto, you just want to send money from one country to another country, you can do that by using Binance P2P. Now, of course, this is my personal example. If I was sending money from Poland to Brazil, that would be a different story. I would have to pay this spread, so 2 to 3%, which is same as Wise, probably cheaper than Wise, because Wise also charges a fixed amount. So depending on the volume, Binance P2P will be much cheaper, even if you have to pay a certain amount of spread. Not to mention the money will arrive in the same hour if you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, that's why I've made those tutorials that you can check right around now. So anyway, this is a different style of video, but I think it was interesting to change a little bit. And I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.